my channel. Make sure you subscribe, like and comment.
Hello guys, welcome once again to another review and recap. And today we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac. If you're just joining us for the first time, please make sure you click on the subscription button down below to subscribe to our channel, like and comment, guys. The more you like our videos, the more YouTube recommends our videos. So let's go ahead and talk about the episode 2 of the Real Housewives of Potomac. I felt like this episode 1 was much more interesting than this episode. I don't know whether it's just me.
No, it wasn't just you. I felt the same. I was like, okay, are they gonna like charm us like they did last week? This week was just a little slow. The stories were going slow, you know? It wasn't really a
Yeah,
whole bunch of interesting context in it.
yeah, I felt the same way. I was like, what the hell is going on here? We had such an amazing episode 1 just to like, it just went down.
Yeah.
For the episode 2. But anyways, um, let's go ahead and discuss about the episode.
Okay.
Firstly, let's discuss about this Ashley. We got introduction of the new girl of Potomac, Nneka and her husband.
Mhm.
Now, I want to talk about the friendship, the origin story of Ashley and Nneka becoming friends. Like I literally find it very sad when you want to introduce someone to the show and you would attach her to one of the housewives and be like, oh, she's friends with this person. I knew her through this person. She's my friend. Then you find out that they might not even really be friends. They just ask them to be friends so as to use the person to introduce them to the show. Because my first question is, how is it possible? I know it's possible, but the storyline is challenging for me, because how is it possible that she just moved in here 1 year ago and she didn't
Right.
really have a house, so she's still shaking. She doesn't really have a base, and all of a sudden she knows Ashley, and Ashley all of a sudden is now having Nigerian friends, and that is another Nigerian friend. This, and she said her friend Ngozi literally introduced her to Nneka. And I'm like, we never saw this Ngozi before, or a whisper of her, or anything. And now you have this Ngozi from nowhere, then introducing you to Nneka. Then you decided to bring Nneka in the fold of the Real Housewives. Like, let's be original. Like, that's what sometimes I used to get upset. If
Mhm.
she's new, you say she's new, you just want to bump into the group newly. Don't try to form storyline of friendship that doesn't make sense.
Right. I mean, I completely understand because I feel like she just came out of nowhere all of a sudden,
Uh-huh.
and then I was like, why is the whole house like de- demolished? And like, is she just getting the house? Which she did say she was just getting the house, you know. But then another thing I kind of question is when she was like saying, well, my first loan fell through because I failed to list all of my properties. Like, why wouldn't you list all your properties? You know what I'm saying? You're not a first time home buyer, you know. So I thought that was kind
Uh-huh.
of strange. And then another thing, like if this is your friend and you know you've been friends for a minute and you're introducing her to the group, why would you go back and say something that she said to who she said it about when you're the one who brought that person up, and start bringing
Yeah,
up what you heard, you know?
I get. I will talk about that very, very well, because it's a very interesting topic, and I know it's going to cause a lot of issues, but we'll talk about that later on. Let's go
Mhm.
ahead and talk about Karen and me are meeting up and trying to rekindle, or would I call it rekindle, or come back together as friends after the whole fiasco of last season of Mia unfolding a story of Karen having sex whatever with somebody. I would say I love Karen's approach because you literally tried to tarnish my image not long ago.
Right.
Now you find out that it's a lie, and I prove to you that it's lies. You want us to go back to body where we are hugging. Like Karen say, let's not be fake. Let's not be fake. Let's start from the number one basis again. Let's see whether we can get to that level where the both of us will end up being friends. Like Mia wanted it to be, oh, we'll go back to hugging. Then tomorrow you go back and backbite and the person's back. So I love Karen's approach. I don't know whether it's just my own way, because that's how me I reason. If I fall out from with you, we have a big issue, and it's to the extent that you lost my trust. Especially
Right.
when it comes to something of you losing my trust, I don't think I want to dive into that friendship that much again. I would want to start from first basis with you to see
Right.
whether we could get back to that place where I trust you enough.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting to see. Excuse me, how Karen went about it. And it's basically a very mature way to go about it. You know, I do believe that people do deserve a second chance when they deserve that second chance. But once you give them the second chance, it's a no for me after that. It's just like I can't, you know, because I don't have time to babysit a friendship or wondering, are you going to turn on me as soon as I'm not around with other people? You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
yeah. And I just basically went through the same situation, but it was, I have parties. I told you that, right? I have parties.
Mhm.
I invited this one girl to my party, and she kind of made the comment like, your party was too dark. She's Caucasian. And she's like, your party's too dark. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? That's my family. And, you won't be invited anymore because nothing happened. Nobody approached you. Nobody said anything. Her later, and she heard about it. She's like, oh, I know you're having a party. I sure like to come. And I'm like, look, I'm going to give you a second chance. You know, Gave her the second chance. She came to the party. Next thing I know, I heard she was lip locking with someone of color. You're Caucasian, your husband's there. And so, you know, and then the next time I seen her, she tried to make it seem like that kiss was forced on her. Like, girl, no. Quit drinking over your limit, you know, and quit dancing up on people. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I completely understand, to give a person a second chance, when you're really trying to like the person, you know what I'm saying? And then after the second chance, I say no more, because it's a waste of energy, but I
Yeah.
think that Karen handled it very well with Mia. The handshake was funny. I thought that was pretty
uh,
funny.
yeah.
But I would have handled it the same way with Mia.
Yeah. I would have also handled it the same way, because I want us to go back to building the friendship to see whether there's anything even there to build back. Now
Right.
let's move on to Candice. Candice has been on tour last year, and she's planning to go back on tour this year. I remember on RHOA Atlanta, Real of Atlanta. She came to Atlanta one time. I remember There was an episode like that that she brought Drew up.
Right.
And I think we actually talked about it and we complained that what it drew. I don't know whether it was editors that edited it in a bad way, but Drew literally did not sing anything off stage. She was as good as useless. I think when we even talked about it on the panel, then some people were like, they felt like Candice used her to draw up the numbers to make
Mm-hmm.
people come on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Now her manager is like, okay, going back on tour, that he was suggesting that they should also bring Drew. As in, her response was kind of surprising when she said she didn't want Drew to be brought up again. And my suspicion is, I think it's becoming reality because the way she was citing it was like, in Chicago, I drew up the numbers. I brought people with just me. So why would I need to bring Drew in again? So did she really use Drew to bring in the numbers? Then in Atlanta, and she feels like now I don't need you again. So Drew, stay away from me. I can bring in my numbers by myself alone now. So I don't need you anymore.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
think
yeah, okay.
it had a lot to do with Candace being a little bit jealous of Drew. You know what I'm saying? Because Drew, she has a nice voice. You know, she has a nice voice, and I've heard Candace sing. Candace has a nice voice too, but Candace doesn't want nobody who's going to outshine her. So I think that's like another reason. But yeah, of course, I felt like she used Drew to bring in, to fill those seats up, you know? So yeah. But I also think that it was kind of, you know, on the shady side, how she kind of dissed Drew. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't too cool, but I just felt like it was just a lot of jealousy. You know, it's like Candace is almost trying to be like a little Beyonce, you know, and Drew is like, hey, I'm just going to belt those notes out, and make them pretty, you know. And Candace is trying to be more of an entertainer, like a Beyonce, Janet Jackson type of thing. And yeah, Drew is just there to just blow. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think there's a little rivalry going on with that because they're both trying to get into that industry, of music.
Yeah. I've that's it, man. I kind of felt somehow when she said that. I was like, yeah, I know she has a good voice. She has a great voice,
Hmm.
and but you going as far as saying that you don't need Drew because you don't want anybody to take your shine, like, it felt awkward hearing her say that.
Yeah.
Felt awkward. Then, wow. See, I want to talk about Robyn and Juan. I feel disgust for Robyn. I know Juan, we know his issues and everything, but for Robyn to stand there, right, and support this man, support his actions, still coming out and saying she trusts him, that she believes that he did everything right. I don't know what to do with Robyn. I I don't know what to do with her. Firstly, she was talking about she came into when they brought them up. He was coming back. I don't know where he's coming back from, and she was like talking about meeting up the ladies and ladies having like an intervention for her concerning the issue, and they were basically saying like, you already have these issues going on. Why would you photograph yourself? Why would you photograph yourself? Literally. with another
Those,
lady when you have all these issues going on. And for him to say, I don't care, I get you don't care, because I too would not care, because people are going to talk at the end of the day. Gossips are going to gossip. The blogs are going to blog. Twitter fingers are going to tweet, right?
right?
What I'm saying is, people, this is, we're talking about feelings here. You can absolutely don't care about what the blogs put out, what the news outlets are putting out there. Don't care about that, but simply care about the person you have in your house and the feelings the person have. For you to simply say, I don't care about anything anybody has to say, I didn't do anything wrong, without having a single ounce of sympathy and care that, oh, my wife, yes, I feel like, yes, I did make a mistake, but I really didn't mean it in that way. He has never for once said, I understand you be feeling somehow, because normally I'm supposed to have a brain to know I shouldn't do that. But I felt like, because it was innocent. But there's a way you say things that you'll be like, wow, this person actually has sense. This person went in there innocently. But the way he has been speaking, it doesn't, even if he went there innocently, he's not doing a good case for himself. He would absolutely fail in courts. The way he was saying what he was saying, like, oh, I don't care, that pissed me off. And also when they came to talking about, um, and he was like, when she was like, I don't care what the ladies want to say about me. They just want me to get mad. Nobody wants you to get mad, Robyn. Nobody wants you to get mad. Nobody wants you to be angry. But common sense will tell you to look at the stories, look at it so well to know that something is fishy. That's what people are just saying you should do. And you're like, Giselle wants you to be mad, and I can't be, I should not be mad. Why should I have to be mad for what? And he was like, you know what? Get mad, Robyn. Go get mad. Throw things. Maybe everybody will get relaxed. Throw things at me. Like, I'm like, this guy absolutely has no single respect for Robyn. He doesn't have respect for her feelings. He doesn't care about her feelings. Nothing. Because for you to say, oh, okay, get mad, Robyn, throw things at me, oh, do this to me, do that at me, I feel like, no ounce of, wow, this lady has feelings. Even if she believes me, even if she believes me, there is still a place in her heart that will still always be hurting, that she has to every day go outside and have to defend her husband of all these allegations and make people see him in a good light. So for him not to care about that, for him not to have the feeling that, yes, this lady might be feeling somehow or feeling sad, to acknowledge that, yes, feelings are hot. Man, that's this guy. Juan is such a piece of ass. Like, I'm tired of him. Then we got to when we what's the part of the ex stuff, ex assault that is going on with him, the alleged ex assault case, court case. And they brought it up. They read it that it was not to him. The problem was that one of his assistant coach was catfished and got explicit pictures from one of the students and tried to blackmail the student. Then the student went to complain to you as the head coach, and you did nothing. And he kept on shouting, I care for my boys. I care for my boys. I care for my boys. That was pissing off. And for Robyn to come outside and say he did the right thing. What manner of right thing did you do? You are a teacher. You are the head coach. You're supposed to be like a protector for those kids. When they have issues, they come to you. Their coach is supposed to be their security. And I feel like someone literally catfished me. Someone is blackmailing me. Then I come to you as a head coach because you are the boss of this person. And I say, see what is happening, thinking, trusting you that you would do something, you would intervene, and you did absolutely nothing. And you could stand on our TV and say, you believe that your husband did as amazingly well. Every action he took, the way he took, or the way he did it, he wouldn't have been fired if he did the right thing.
I agree. Um, I just want to go back a little bit to
Yeah.
how Robyn was telling Juan, and Juan just he just like he didn't care to hear any of it. To me, he's just acting like, hey, the real. He was like, hey, I barely hang around anybody, and when I'm not supposed to live my life. Oh, is that living your life, Juan? Hanging out with another woman? Are you living your life, teenage son? I thought you were my husband, not my son.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many things going on with Juan. You know what I'm saying? First it was him and Michael, and and then that carried on for so long, and now it's this, and it's just too many things with him. I couldn't with him because look, sometimes in a relationship you're gonna have to sit your A down on a chair somewhere. You know what I'm saying? If you're starting to cause all this friction in this relationship, and if you don't go sit down somewhere, we're going to have a bigger problem. Especially if you keep going out getting into stuff. You know what I'm saying? It
Mm-hmm.
means that you're not happy here. You're out there searching, and while in the meantime, you got me sitting and waiting. You know, I don't understand how Robyn is not looking at all these things and saying to herself, hey, I deserve better than this. Even if that means being totally alone, I deserve better than what he's given me. Because I'm wondering, like, remember she was asking him about the prenup, and he's like, oh, we don't need that. We don't need that. She was like, well, I wanted to put a clause in there that if cheating comes up, you get nothing. He didn't want that because he knew what his agenda was. You know what I'm saying? And let's say that they do get a divorce. Like, is he really going to take half her stuff? And she's raising those boys. You know what I'm saying? Because evidently your career isn't going that great, you know. And let's get into the career. Um, like, what is up with you and this little chick? You are doing too much. You don't go with me to get my nails done. You know what I'm saying? And if the clothes needed to be washed, then that was her job. I didn't think that was under your title. You know what I'm saying? So it's just too many things. Me as a grown woman, I'm gonna look at everything and I'm gonna be like, okay, some isn't right in my spirit here. You know what I'm saying? So either you sit down and stop doing all this, or hey, this relationship is just not gonna survive. You know? So I don't get it with Robyn. I don't. I don't know what she's thinking, if she's thinking, you know, and all that. She really doesn't care. Yeah, she cares, because if she didn't care, then why are you arguing back with your friends who are trying to tell you, you know, what they seeing and what they're hearing, and you wouldn't argue with them, so you do care, but it's just sad to see her go through this. I wish she takes the blinders off, open her eyes, look at everything, quit dismissing everything so quickly. Make him answer on some stuff, make him stand on his answers. Because you're not gonna have me around town looking like boo boo the fool. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, exactly. A- And what did you see about the fact that she was supporting him against the court, in support of him for the court case, even if it's evident that he fucked up?
Of course he did. Like he fumbled the ball. Like you're the adult in this situation. You know what I'm saying? People are entrusting their child to come to this activity. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and you if you're is like having anything of this. She's looking at them, these little boys sideways, like they're cute, or look at him, or and then they come to you and they tell you you look like part of the problem too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because I mean, let's not forget, hey, there's a question. You might like men. You know what I'm saying? Because of
Mm-hmm.
Michael, because of Michael, you know. So it looks like it's a conspiracy with Juan and his co-worker against this little boy. Because if not, then why didn't you go straight to the administration of the school? And get this resolved. So yeah, he
I agree.
deserved to get fired. He
That's
did.
that
He deserved to get fired because he's doing too much.
that's the same thing I did say. I said you were claiming that you feel like he did the right thing, but he never reported the case after it was reported to him. And I say again, one was the head coach, so he was the boss of everybody.
Right.
So it's not like he was an underdog that couldn't report because of the people in the on power. That would have been a
Right.
different thing if he could not report because he was just maybe an assistant coach, or I would understand that, but he was the head coach. The student trusted you, the parent trusted you, and the student trusted you enough to say, okay, fine, let me go tell my head coach what was going on, what is going on, and you literally bullshit it.
Oh,
Don't, no ounce of care, no say, okay, fine, let me rebuke this teacher, or let me rebuke this coach, let me fire this coach, or let me bring it to the higher table of the university and
but
let
that's
them know that
what
this
he
is
was supposed to do.
that was what he was supposed to do. For somebody in a trustworthy position, that the student trusted enough and said, okay, fine, I can't deal with this alone, right? I have to go tell my coach. That's why people don't report some things that happen to them, because of people like this. You
Hmm.
report to them and they do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Because for I keep on I don't know whether Robyn is like so blinded, or I don't even know, because the first question you should be asking yourself, why would a whole respectable university fire him if what he did was right?
Exactly.
If he did the absolutely right thing before the
Exactly.
students publicly exposed them, since the coach didn't do anything,
Yeah.
why would the school fire him if he did right? And the only reason why the student literally went to the university, because I've tried my coach
Right.
and I see that there's absolutely no difference.
Yeah.
And I see that nothing happened, nothing is moving. And probably he was still seeing the coach, the assistant coach, every day. And he felt like, what's going on here? Okay, let me go by myself to report to the higher authority. If he did absolutely right, he wouldn't have been fired.
I agree. I definitely
Eh,
agree.
the
He
disgust
fumbled
I
the
have for
ball. Yeah, he fumbled the
yeah,
ball as an adult. And, you know, how would he have liked it if that would have been one of his sons? You know?
And that's the thing. People don't think about it. People don't think about it. What if it happens to me?
Yeah.
What if it happens to me? The bag was so fumbled that, and Robyn is so blind that she will believe. In short, if at this stage, if one says the earth is square, she would believe. She would take it as the original say.
Mm.
Because for you have to come up here and say, I believe him. I don't know. I never used to like her before, but I'm this season I'm beginning to dislike her more. Because first we wanted to pity her because okay, yeah, they cheated on her and she still did this alleged cheating and she's still trying to recover. So she's trying to leave her husband. But this club, no,
Yeah,
it's a very big show for me. You
yeah,
said?
I just hate to see her get made a fool of. I mean, the
Mhm.
writing is on the wall. The evidence is in your face. You know what I'm saying? With everything, like maybe this is not the right relationship for you. Because you do have boys. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And right now, their father isn't acting like the leader, the one who's strong, the one who stands firm. He's running the streets and out there acting like he's a damn teenager, a 21-year old, you know, a young adult. No, you're a married man with a wife and preteen kids, you know. But she's the only one that could put a stop to it. Giselle, them talking to her, that's not really gonna help. I don't know what it's gonna actually take for Robyn. After he gets through dragging her through the mud. I don't know what it's gonna take. But I just hope it
Yeah.
doesn't end up that bad for her.
I hope it doesn't end up bad for her. Let's move on. Ashley decided to give us a house tour today. She invited the ladies to her house, her new house, and give them the house tour. The house tour was very funny because we had a lot of people there. She didn't invite what's her name? Candice,
Mhm.
understandable. But we have every other person there. Wendy was there, Mia was there, Karen, in short, all the crew, friends of the crew, everybody was there. Now,
Mhm.
the way when Wendy came in and she only hugged Karen and Therese, every other person was as good as being, not there. And the way that Giselle literally like shifted away from her like she's a plague.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, she kind of
That was,
did a sidestep.
oh my God.
Yeah, they
That
just
was
they don't appreciate each other's energy right now.
that was very, very funny. And I laughed. I really, really laughed. Like it was funny for her to behave like that. But I understand. I'm not gonna give you guys any ear. Don't give me so that don't put your mouth when it doesn't involve you things. See, I'm a fan of Wendy and I love the way she's treated these ladies because they don't appreciate her. She has to appreciate herself.
Right.
She has to appreciate herself. Then we saw Nneka. Now let's talk about this. We saw Nneka coming.
Mhm.
And she was like she was friendly with Nneka. She was like, and when Ashley was like, oh, she's just like you. She's a Nigerian, and she was like, oh, she's an Igbo girl. Oh, they were like, yeah, Igbo besties. I feel like they could have been friends, but Ashley, Ashley is like a devil that is there to stir the pot to cause issues. You know, Wendy was having a good time getting to know Nneka. I didn't understand why Ashley had to pull her aside and talk about what she wants to see talked about. And the way Ashley did interpret it to Wendy, I don't know, but truthfully, let me ask you. If
Mm-hmm.
you look at the interpretation that Ashley gave, or the way they had the discussion between Ashley and Nneka, if you look at the interpretation that Ashley gave to Wendy and what actually happened, you will find out that there's a lot of discrepancy, and that she didn't really like Nneka was not really that big on it, like the way Ashley made it look like.
Excuse me. Yeah. Let's just go back just a teeny tiny bit. When Wendy first seen Ameka, that's her name, Ameka.
Nneka.
Say that again.
Nneka.
Mecca. Okay.
Yes.
When she first seen Mecca, uh, did you see the look that Wendy gave her? Like that little jealous kind of like, who is this? Did you see? You didn't see that look?
I didn't really look.
You got to go back and see that look right there. That was like, who is this coming into our circle? And then she's young, she's pretty, she's dressed to the tilt. So I kind of got Wendy was a little envious of her. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I felt that they could have possibly been good friends. I mean, if Ashley wasn't so busy playing telephone after having a drink or two, you know what I'm saying? Because you know how you play
Yeah.
telephone. You Somebody says one thing, and then by the time it comes out of your mouth, you interpret it how you're gonna interpret it, and you say it to somebody else. Then that person says to somebody else, to somebody else, to somebody else. By the time it gets at the end, it is just totally scrambled up. You know. So yeah, Ashley, she's a little messy there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't
She,
understand why she even brought Nneka into that conversation. Maybe she should have thought about it a little longer because she was the one
yeah.
bringing the information to Nneka. She didn't say anything. The only thing she said was, "What type of doctor is she?" "Oh, she's not a medical doctor. Oh, she has a PhD. Oh, so she's a doctor of philosophy." Yeah. um Ashley brought up the what did she bring up? She brought up why what she heard and asking about the, what is it called? The osm
Also,
ashuf. Okay. Ashley brought that up. You know, she brought it up, and Mecca just kind of explained what it was. You know what I'm saying? And and
yeah.
and the only thing she said after that was basically, "Hey, look, I'm not involved in any kind of things like that, and I hope she's not either." That, you know,
Yeah. I felt
so
like,
she didn't
see,
throw shade. She didn't throw shade. That
she
was
didn't throw
all
shade.
Ashley. Yeah, that was all
She didn't throw
Ashley.
shade. But you know what? Okay, coming from a perspective of a Nigerian, because I know a lot of
Right.
Nigerians watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
Both Nigerians that are living in Nigeria and Nigerians that are living out abroad. And we know this particular stuff a lot. This is a very stigmatizing thing.
Okay.
Nobody wants to be identified as an Osu because you're just like an outcast. Nobody wants to associate with you. People don't
Mm,
get married to them. They're
mm,
literally, when you say an outcast,
mm.
they live a life of being outcast forever, to the extent that people don't want to be friends with them. People don't want to get married to them because they believe like it's a curse. Get married to them, you have things happen to you.
So it's like bad luck.
Yes, you're friends with them, you have things happen to you. So people don't like associating with those kind of people, with people that they call the Osu, that in their family is the Osu. So people don't like associating with them. So it's a very big stigma here in Nigeria.
Okay.
Now, what I felt like Nneka should have done, because Nneka was, I would say Ashley would be ignorant because she doesn't know she doesn't know the tradition. It's like you know about your tradition of your family, of your state, or where you're from, and
Right.
somebody comes to mess it up. If you find out that a person is messing it up, what you should do is say simply, it's not what you're saying, but let's not go there. You get, and if you know it's a very touchy topic, there's a way you would have shut it down,
Mm-hmm.
because there are some traditions that your traditions of where you're from, there's a way that no matter how you explain it to me, I will never understand it.
Mm.
I will never get and understand why that kind of tradition is and why it stays.
Mm.
Now, that's the kind of thing this thing is, because no matter how you try to explain to somebody else
Mm.
that is not in that culture, that doesn't know anything about that culture, there is no way the person will understand what is going on. And I felt like, for me, I felt like Nneka fucked up
Mm.
and gave Ashley the ammunition was for her to. Did you see Ashley? Did you see Wendy's face change immediately she mentioned that?
Yes, I did.
Because that is how bad it is. You don't now knowing that it's coming from your fellow Nigerian, and also coming from a fellow Igbo girl that knows that this is not the kind of topic you should be throwing around and talking about. It's not. It's different from your husband is cheating and your husband is having an alleged cheating, and it's different from that.
Mm-hmm.
So Nneka should have, what I felt like she should have done, and because I'm a Nigerian, that's why I can
Mm.
say that she fucked
Right.
up by not shutting Ashley down. Immediately she brought it up in that dinner or whatever, lunch or whatever they were having.
Mm-hmm.
She should have said, this is a very very thick tradition that you would not understand because you are a layman to it. You are not from our side. So
Right.
if I'm to have this conversation with somebody and try to talk to somebody about this tradition, I will be talking to my fellow Nigerian
Mm-hmm.
or someone that has an idea of what this thing is. So
And
that
the
is what I
culture,
felt like
right?
Nneka should have done.
Mm-hmm.
Now you went ahead trying to explain, giving in-depth explanation of what it is about, and being like, oh yes, it's abolished in the country right now. And oh, I hope she's not that, because that would be very bad. You shouldn't have even gone to this one saying I hope she's not that, because that is already a stigma, like saying that I hope she's not that.
Mm-hmm.
Because as much as the tradition has been abolished, there are still some people that from before they've been labeled as that. So now they still find it difficult to get people associated with them, even if it's been abolished.
Mm.
If I had to have said that, oh, I hope she's not that, because that was not nice. That is already a problem, because as someone that is a Nigerian and I understand that tradition, you saying that is already a bad thing for me. That you already got a point deducted from my dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see issues with her calling in question Dr. Wendy's degree. Yes, they would surely jab themselves and talk about themselves. But for you to go and talk about this sensitive topic when it comes to a Nigerian, you are in Nigerian, you're married to a Nigerian. That is also an Igbo man that understands this. Because even when she knew she fucked up, because she tweeted the last two times when they did the preview of this, she was surprised that Ashley went back to tell it to this lady, because she knows that there is nobody that's a Nigerian that will listen to hear that she had that conversation with her and tell you, yes, a round of applause. You did absolutely well. She fucked up.
Mm.
And now Ashley has gone to tell it. The change of face is real. I would change my face if I know that that was something that people have been accusing me of. I would change their face, because I would change my face to the way Wendy's face changed, because that is a very big stigma to have to yourself. Now to not know that your fellow Nigerian is talking about it, even if she did not say it in a bad way, but Ashley has gone, added a lot of condiments into her story and told it to Wendy. Now Wendy has heard this. I just pray that they get to discuss this and get over it, because if not, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna take a very long time. And we've seen that in the trailer. She called the, I think, I don't know whether you watched the trailer for the season.
No, I haven't.
No, you didn't watch trailer of the season. I watched trailer of the season where she was like, "Oh, your mom was a studied your mom was a voodoo or witchcraft." Nneka still goes in deep about this, and I'm like, you're not gonna get any points from me if she keeps on this topic. If she keeps on talking about this, I don't think she would. And she already knows she'll be disliked by most Nigerians. She'll be disliked
Mm-hmm.
by Igbo Nigerians,
Mm.
because that is not something you should be coming on TV. Should be coming on the network TV that is mostly people that don't understand the tradition and everything to be talking about and trying to accuse somebody of trying to say, oh, the mother believes in witchcraft and the rest. That is
Oh,
where Nneka is going to lose points, and she knows that she's going
okay,
to lose
so
points by that.
that subject carries a lot of weight within the Nigerian community.
Yes, a very big weight. It's like a very, when I mean,
It's like
if
a
you,
almost like a shunning
yes,
from the community.
yes, like you're shunned. Nobody nobody wants to talk to you. You
Right.
know, nobody. In short, you're basically useless on this planet
Right.
Earth.
Right. Right. And I'm pretty sure it's probably hard to conduct business out there being a Nigerian, and then being kind of shunned from the community, and especially if you
Mm-hmm.
got to support your family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that
So
is a
that
big deal.
so that's why I feel like she shouldn't have even entertained Ashley. Ashley was
Mm-hmm.
fishing and she fell.
Mm-hmm.
She fell for Ashley's trap.
Yeah.
That is my own issues. Ashley was fishing and she fell into the trap. And now she has dug herself into a hole that she shouldn't have. If you want to have beef with Wendy, you can have beef. We can actually fight. She could literally have fought with Wendy over the doctor of philosophy. You're not a real doctor. I would understand that.
Mm.
But fights with her over these witchcraft, those are sensitive topics here in Nigeria. You're fighting over her with you want to fight over with her on that on the witchcraft stuff, the Osu stuff. No,
Mm.
I literally hope, probably I pray that the trailers of the season is a joke and this doesn't go far more than this episode. Because if it does, I don't know. And
Wow.
it looks like Nneka is a more, Wendy might not have grown very well for a long while in Nigeria, but it looks like Nneka spent almost all her life here in
Mm.
Nigeria, there in
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria. So I don't want to say I was disappointed, because I still want to hear what she has to say. So I'm
Right.
trying to give her grace to hear what
Mm-hmm.
Nneka has to say before I prejudge her. I
Okay.
want to give her the grace
Mm-hmm.
before I prejudge her. Because if she continues in this limelight,
I mean,
you know when they say there are some topics that are off topic, shouldn't be throwing out there talking about, especially when you don't know what it's all about. This is part of it.
mm,
So and you made Ashley start talking about it like she knows she's even talking about.
mm,
And when it comes to when it comes to Wendy and Ashley's friendship, why are they friends? Because I don't see Ashley really having Wendy's back like that.
yeah, I don't see really what they have in common. You know, um, there is an age difference between them, and I mean, Ashley, what does she do every day besides be a mom? I mean, not like that, but she doesn't have a career. You know, she's, I mean, she had the restaurant. She started off with the restaurant with Michael. I remember they got the restaurant, but then that fell through. Then what did Ashley do after that? Besides say she wants to have a baby, and she accomplished that twice. Like, what is she doing? Is she out there like going to school online, or trying to get her career together? I mean, I don't know. But for her to be Wendy's friend, I don't see where they mesh together. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do they have in common besides they both have little kids and they're both on the show?
I feel like I'm even surprised that they have friendship because it feels like it's actually that will even be stirring the pot more whenever it comes to Wendy's talk.
Mm.
That's how I feel. I don't even know why they're friends. But I hope this stuff it doesn't go that far with Wendy and Nneka. But before we go, before we end the live, did you see the way Wendy acted when Deborah came in? That was for Deborah. That was not for. Oh, I don't think the look you're talking about was for Nneka. I think it was for Deborah. No, when Deborah came in and she said, "Oh, oh, I
No.
didn't know this was a children's party."
Okay, when you go back and watch the scene, yeah, I seen
Yeah.
how she looked at Deborah. I seen how she looked at her. But then when Mecca came in outside, when they were sitting outside at the table, and she says, "Oh, this is my friend Nneka. This is Wendy," and then Karen ran straight over to her, Nneka, and hugged her before Wendy could even get up out of her seat. You know, but when Nneka first walked over to the table, Wendy kind of looked at her like, who is this that you're introducing over here to our group? Just go back
Maybe
and look at that.
maybe I would go watch it again. I don't think I noticed. I noticed that.
Yeah, she kind of looked at her with a little bit of envy. But yeah, I seen the shade she threw at Deborah when she said she didn't know that all the kiddies was there.
Mhm. But why is Deborah and Clarice? Is it Clarice or Cherise or whatever? Why are they in this season?
I don't know. I don't know.
Cherise just looks like a um what would they call this kind of actors? Actors that just walk by
An
or
extra.
and an extra. That's how Clarice looks like. Like she doesn't have anything of substance she's bringing to the show. So I don't understand. Maybe later on in the season. But for now, I
Mhm.
still don't understand why she's there.
Yeah, she doesn't have much of a storyline herself.
Even her storyline is she very forthcoming. They're always hiding their storyline. Her, Giselle, they're always trying to hide their life, but very opinionated over other people's own.
I don't understand that. Why do a reality TV show if you hide and shit?
I don't. Oh my god, I'm
Like I,
tired of that.
I rather see the
Why
real you. I rather see the real you than the fake you.
that should be looked at again? Why would you call it a reality? What's the my question is I used to ask them, what's the definition of reality? When I say reality, what does it mean?
I don't
When
know.
you say it's a reality TV show, I expect to see reality. Don't tell me it's a reality TV show when I'm seeing some action movie. Let
Yeah,
it be that when I want to watch, when I go pay to watch a movie, I know I'm watching a movie. Like, yes, sometimes in movies the impossible happens. You can dream in the movie land. You can go far with what happens in the movies. Things that cannot be as in really happen on the world happens in the movie. Then I come to a show that is called reality TV, and the same thing is happening. They are
Yeah.
not really showing anything about their reality or their life, and I'm busy still watching an action movie or a romance movie. If I want to watch a movie, let me know I'm watching a movie. Don't tell me it's a reality TV show and I'm literally watching a movie.
Yeah, because a lot of our realities aren't fake. It's a real thing, you know. It's real life, and it's, I want to see it as it plays out. I don't want to see nothing scripted. Something that you guys talked about, like, hey, we're gonna talk about, you know, little Johnny fell and hurt his knee. So you guys just elaborate more about that. We're gonna talk about that. No, I don't want to hear about that. I I want to see little Johnny fall and hurt his knee, and then we can discuss it. You know what I'm saying? I I just hate when stuff feels script. If this is reality TV, show us the real.
Yeah. Well, I hope they'll start showing us more reality TV instead of movies. Well, I can't wait for next week's episode to see how everything is gonna play out. Oh, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us today, watching with us. Don't forget to like and comment, guys. Comment your thoughts and your opinions on the comment section. Make sure you like so that YouTube will recommend these videos to others to watch on our recaps. And don't forget, lastly, to click on the subscription button down below to subscribe so you get, and also turn off the post notification so you get notified when we upload a video. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.